We are Keith and Sheila Barker. We've been married through Friends First for now 6.5 years. 6 months after I joined in January 2005.
Yes. Well, I'm the guilty one. In fact, I was the one to first get in touch with Keith. After reading his profile and thinking, oh dear, he sounds quite a doer character. It said various things that were a bit negative, and then it said can be a bit grumpy at times. And I thought, well, he really needs cheering up. So I sent him a text message, and he wasn't used to getting text messages, so I'll let him tell you about that. Just to say that I'd read his profile that I'd received from Friends First, and thought I would get in touch with him because I'm originally from Sheffield and Keith is from Sheffield, so I thought, well, at least we understand each other culture-wise, and it might be a good thing just to have a chat. So I sent him a text message, and you say now what happened when I sent you that text message.
Yes. Yes, I was working at my computer. I jumped because I'd never received a text before. It took me about half an hour to text about 4 words back to Sheila. And ultimately, a few days after that, we had a telephone conversation which lasted 2.5 hours, when we discovered that we had many friends, mutual friends, and yet we'd never met, been in contact with each other. And within how long? About 3 months, we realised that things were just right. We prayed about this. I had prayed about it. Do I need a wife? And then, as I say, I received the letter from Friends First in the January, and it just seemed that it was an answer to prayer. We grew to like and love each other. So ultimately we were engaged on the 13th of August that year. Yeah,
that's right. But let me just say something about our first date, because that was interesting, wasn't it? When Keith came up to Middlesbrough with fear and trepidation. It was an hour late because he didn't know whether to turn back or not. But we went out for a meal, and it was a bank holiday, wasn't it?
It was.
And then we went to Saltburn for a walk. Now, I was a bit concerned because I worked for our local church, and I was worried that somebody might see me with a man. And I thought, well, if we go to Saltburn, at least we're away from Middlesbrough, and it's not too far. So we went to Saltburn, and we walked along the front of the beach, and we walked through a big park that's nearby. And I was thinking, oh, that's great, we haven't seen anybody that we know, but it didn't work out that way, did it?
Not quite.
Because as soon as we got back in the house, the phone rang, and it was a friend who lived round the corner, and she said, "You've been seen in Saltburn with a man, who is it?" So I had to come clean about it, just a friend at that time. But then it grew, didn't it? Our friendship grew. And
it certainly did.
And we met many more times, and then you proposed to me.
On the 13th of August.
Yes, you did, yes.
Ultimately we married in December that year, and all I can say is I would recommend anybody in the same position, similar position to what I was in, widowed, having lost my wife after 10 years of illness, serious illness, and 8 years in the nursing home. I didn't know what I ought to do, as I say, until we had contact through Friends First. But now, since the contact and since the marriage, it's definitely a divine appointment, and still is, even after 6.5 years.
Oh yes, it it is. We're still a bit like youngsters now and again, aren't we?
Yes.
But that's fine. And our love has grown deeper over the years as well. We've been through quite a lot together since we got married. We both agree on this, that because Friends First is not a place where you feel compelled to do something about being single. It's completely relaxed. There's all the support there that you need. and you know, you can ring up and ask questions, or you can just feel comfortable by saying, well, no, there's nobody on that list for me. But we have recommended Friends First to other people, haven't we? Yes. We've not seen another marriage yet, but we're working on that one. Yes. And we do recommend anyone who is.
It's very supportive.
Thinking about it, don't we?
We do.
To join.
Yes.
Like us.